In this video, I'm going to explain the quirks and variables of Overwatch's health system that are mostly hidden within the game itself. We'll start off with the fact that Overwatch health is actually calculated to include decimals. Some heroes, such as the recently buffed Tracer, actually have a base damage number that includes a decimal place, and for clarity, we can prove that this actually applies too. If Tracer's primary fire didn't include the decimal place, you would need a full 40 clip of 5 damage rounds to take out this 200 HP training bot. However, Tracer is able to take down the bot with ammo remaining, proving that the 5.5 damage does actually add up. Most heroes have a whole number for their base damage, but if they suffer from a percentage fall off mechanic, they're likely also dealing decimal digits of damage as well. This consequently means that your health bar in Overwatch is probably lying to you most of the time, as you're likely never going to be at a round number of health, and it's actually displaying a percentage of your current HP. Talking of percentages, Overwatch applies some useful effects to heroes falling below certain percentages of their max HP. The most obvious one will be the critical indicator, which shows to all friendly supports when a hero falls below 50% of their max health. A more subtle but just as useful feature is the hero gasp. When a hero falls below 35% of their max health, they let out an audible gasp to alert the player of imminent death. The game also displays a red blood semblant outline to the screen to make this more obvious. Once a player is topped back up above that 35% health amount, an audible sigh plays and the red border dissipates. Now let's move on to the health pools themselves, and the different colours that show on this bar. Starting with the orangey colour, this type of health is called armour, and grants a 30% resistance to any incoming damage, effectively giving you an additional 43% health onto this pool. Armour is placed on top of a hero's base health pool, meaning you have to break through this first. If a hero such as Bastion has 100 armour, you'll have to deal 143 damage to break through this, and then deal an additional 200 damage to eliminate him. Let's talk about these effective health pools of every armoured hero. Only one hero with 200 HP or less is affected by this, and that's Brig. Her 50 armour brings her total health pool up to 221.4, allowing her to survive things that other 200 HP targets typically wouldn't, like Sigma's Rock and Orb combo. Cassidy, Sim, Mei, and Reaper all have default health-based pools, but Torbjorn's 50 armour boosts his 250 displayed health up to 271.4. Bastion is the first hero to have 100 armor points, bringing his 300 health pool up to 342.9. Moving past DPS heroes now, the 5 tanks on screen actually don't possess any armor, leaving their effective health pools at the displayed amounts. Winston and Orisa are our first tanks with any armored health, boasting 635.7 and 667.9 effective health respectively. Roadhog also doesn't have any armor, leaving his effective HP at 700, but Wrecking Ball boasts a modest 100 armor in his pool, bringing him up to 742.9 effective health. And finishing off with the beefcake tanks up here, Ryan has an impressive 300 armor, padding his effective health up to 753.6. Ramatra's Nemesis form grants him 225 armor, bringing his health whilst in this form up to a staggering 771.4. And finally, D.Va's massive 300 armor plus 350 base health brings her health pool up to an incredible 778.8, making her both the highest health and lowest health hero in the entire game, depending on the status of her mech. A few of these heroes have regenerative shields as part of their health pool as well, shown via this light blue color in the health pool. This portion is essentially a self-healing pool of health, regenerating 30 health every second after not taking damage for 3 seconds. There are only 4 heroes in the game who utilize this mechanic at the moment, those being Sigma with 200 shields, Zarya with 225 shields, Symmetra with 125 shields, and Zen with 150 shields. Zen is the only support hero with this health feature, meaning he's the only hero in the game who can regenerate health from both the support role passive and from shield regen. The support passive grants all supports with 15 health per second self-healing after 1.5 seconds of not taking damage, meaning Zen can regen its health at a rate of 45 health per second with both abilities active. Interestingly, Ana's Biotic Grenade does actually interrupt shield health regen as well, making it technically even more valuable when hitting shield bearing targets. There are also some heroes who possess abilities that grant overhealth. This is the green coloured health that is generated by Lucio's sound barrier. This acts exactly like default health, but is applied on top of the health pool, is always temporary, and only grants enemies half as much ult charge as firing into normal HP. This overhealth is almost exclusive to the tank role, with Doomfist, Junker Queen, Orisa, Sigma, and Wrecking Ball all able to generate this health via abilities. Torbjorn is the only non-tank hero with a cooldown that generates overhealth, giving himself 100 extra with Overload. Brig and Lucio give out this type of health through their ultimate abilities, although Brig's rally is confirmed to be getting reworked sometime in the future, so this is likely a limited time occurrence. If you did enjoy today's video, please do consider subscribing to the channel here on the left, or even checking out my latest video on target prioritization here on the right. Shout out to Mr. Switterex for sponsoring today's filthy self-promotion, but apart from that, I'll see you in the training range?